Hey YouTube, it's Jennifer. It is Monday, February 4th, 2013. Already into February. That's crazy. I counted back. This is my week 48 gastric bypass update. I weighed in this week at 215.4, which means I did not lose anything this week, but I did not gain anything this week. So where should I start with all this stuff? First of all, I want to say to anybody who watched my last videos, the one about the bipolar. Number one, I thank you for all your comments and concerns and private messages and Facebook messages. Sorry, my lips are like really dry and I have to wear Vaseline all the time. I thank you all for all those comments and concerns and all that. I am okay. I did get the medication, which I mentioned in that video. I ended up finding out that Sam's Club, if you go to Sam's Club, you don't have to have a membership to get to go to the pharmacy, and my medication was $33 cheaper there. So I had to forfeit paying my car insurance. When I get my taxes back, which I should be getting back any day now, I'll be paying my car payment, which is 2 months worth, my car insurance, and some other bills. But in order to get the medication, I had to forfeit paying a bill. But I did get the medication, and then that's the only prescription I'm going to be able to fill. The higher dosage of it, I ended up finding out that the manufacturer of the Lamictal, it's Lamictal, Lamictal. I ended up finding out that they do participate in the prescription assistance program, so I filled out the application, made a copy of my financial information, my financial records for proof of income, and I took all that stuff to the doctor's office, and they supposedly got the doctor to write another script, and they faxed all that over for me. I do need to call today and make sure they did that, because I have I'm extremely anal retentive, and I think that nobody can do anything except for me, so I have to double check on that. But I am okay. I did start, and I also want to apologize. I want to say I'm sorry that I mentioned the suicide in that video. I don't want you to think that I was actually considering suicide. I don't really want to die. I think what it is that the bipolar itself is just so horrible, and it's such a terrible, terrible existence that you feel like you want to do anything to make it stop. And I always know that things do get better, and they always have gotten better, and even if they get worse again, I always have like a little increment of hope. But it's really hard to see that when you're really, really down. So I want you to know I wasn't really considering suicide. I don't want to die. And that's how I felt at the time, so I shouldn't say that I shouldn't have said it, because that's really what I was thinking at the time. But I want you to know I wouldn't actually do it. That was the bipolar speaking, not me. But anyway, so I did start the medication Friday night. I was really, really, really afraid that it was going to make me extremely sleepy. And I had my niece over here that night. She spent the night with me, so I was really afraid to even take it, but I ended up doing it anyway. And I took it Friday night. I took it with my trazodone, which I take for my insomnia to help me sleep. And trazodone's a miracle drug. It's wonderful. But I ended up taking it together, and I did not sleep more than 90 minutes that whole night. It kind of did the opposite, where it made me not able to sleep. So then Saturday, when I took my Lamictal at 12 o'clock, and then at 12:45, I took the trazodone. And I was caught up in some weird subconscious state where my eyes were closed and my eyes were heavy, and I was having dreamlike images, but I was very aware that I was awake, and I could open my eyes at any moment. And I did a couple times. So I know that I wasn't fully asleep, and I slept on and off all day yesterday. So last night, I was like, forget this. I'm going to try, I took the Lamictal at 12, and then I took my trazodone an hour and 15 minutes later, and voila, I was fine. I slept all night long. I slept very well last night. I woke up with energy. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if what I have today is energy or mania, because I've never really had the mania part of the bipolar. My mania before was being very angry and irritated and spending a lot of money I didn't have and making a lot of stupid sexual decisions or being hypersexual. But I've never had like the mania where I had a ton of energy and just felt like doing everything. But today I have. My house is clean. I bought, I don't know if you can see it, but I guess I'll hold it up. I bought my niece a sled, and I bought some rope, and I'm going to hook it all up so that I can pull her, because I don't know if you can even see. I'm going to try to show you. It's really, really pretty out today. It's really freaking cold, and I'm really tired of it snowing, but let me just show you outside of my apartment, and I don't even know if you could tell because the screen, I don't know if I can even pull this any farther. I'm sorry, I'm like feeling horribly. But if you could see out there, I think you can. Ton of snow, and that's a main road out there in front, and there's a park across the street, which I'm not taking her to the park because I really don't feel safe at that part. I mean, it's not that I don't feel safe, I just don't like that part. But out here, you can see, if I can move my blinds, I just have like a ton of landscape that I could just take her around the building and take her sledding, like full her sledding. So that's what I'm going to do. I guess because this is technically a month. Well, it's week 48, so I technically have 4 weeks till my surgiversary. So maybe I should do a full body shot because I actually have jeans on today and a t-shirt. But so, yep, 215. That's what 215 looks like on my body. Yeah, but I'm really excited for her to get home from school because she doesn't even know that I bought her a sled yet. She was just kind of like, earlier when I took her to school, she was like, oh, my friend Ariana has a sled and I don't have one and I wish I could go sledding. And her and I have looked for sleds in the past and we couldn't find one. So she thinks that nobody has sleds. But I'm an awesome aunt and I found her a sled. And I actually got it at Walmart, so if you're looking for a sled, it was $10 at Walmart. And then I got the nylon string in like the auto department. It'll pull up to 90 pounds, and she's only 44, so I'm just going to kind of attach this to the sled, and then I can pull her in the sled, and she can chill out and go sledding. And she's never been sledding in her life, so she'll have fun. Back to weight loss and other stuff. Yeah, so I had really bad sleep all weekend, but last night I ended up sleeping really well. I had a really, really, really bad weekend with food. Normally I average between 12 and 1,500 calories, and that's just where my body's comfortable or fine, and I can still lose weight at that level of calorie. Saturday I had probably 2,200, and yesterday I probably had close to 2,500. So I nearly almost doubled my calorie intake. Excuse me, jeez, oh, peas. And that's why I'm kind of surprised that I even maintained a steady weight this week. I went to the gym like 3 times last week. I was so bored yesterday, and I was watching the Super Bowl, which I've never watched before in my life. But I was so bored, and I was just like, forget this, I'm going to the gym. So I went to the gym last night. So if you count last night, then I went to the gym 4 times last week. But I don't know. My foot's still really bothering me. I'm supposed to have the cast on it. I haven't worn my cast in 3 days because it's really awkward and annoying. And in the snow, the front of the boot is open, so my toes stick out. And when it's snowing like this, and it's been snowing like this for about a week and a half, the snow gets in my boot, and then my feet get all wet, and it's like 10 degrees outside, so it's really not safe. And even around the house, I just don't feel like wearing it because it's so awkward, and I'm usually trying to lay down. I will be wearing my boot because my foot is really bothering me. I don't really necessarily believe it's fractured. Even on the x-ray when he showed me, I didn't see it fractured. I think maybe I pulled something and that's why it's swollen, but He's a doctor and he says it's fractured, but I don't really think it is. But anyway, so that has kind of prevented me with some things at the gym because I'm getting really bored of the bike. I've been suggested to try a rowing machine. They don't have a rowing machine at Planet Fitness. And I don't know, I can't do anything where I'm like standing on my feet. So I can't do like the elliptical. I don't really even think I like the elliptical, but I can't do that. I can't do the stair climber. I can't do this little skiing machine thing that they have. I can't do treadmill, which is what I prefer to be doing. So I'm kind of stuck with the bike, and it's really annoying. I don't really like it, but I do it at least 30 minutes when I do go, and I should be going to the gym more because at the very least, even if I'm not losing weight, it will at least help with my metabolism and maybe help tone me a little bit more. But whatever, it is what it is. And if I'm not doing the bike, I do the bike every time I go, but then I also do usually like some abs and some arms, and then that's that. But whatever. It's just, I haven't really been paying so much attention to the exercise and the food because I've been paying so much attention to the bipolar stuff, which, speaking of which, I bought this book today and it came in the mail. I haven't even opened it yet. But the Weight Loss Surgery for Dummies book was so great that I found out that they have a bipolar for dummies. And it's a pretty thick book. I'm a pretty complicated person. But I really want to go through this book. And Noah and I have been talking a lot lately. We've kind of decided to end our little silence. And our communication has been spot on for about a week and a half now, or maybe a week. We've been communicating really, really well, and he's really trying hard to understand what I'm going through and take it seriously, and we're kind of accommodating each other more. No more name calling, no more any of that crap. And so I ended up buying him a book too called When Someone You Love Is Bipolar, or something like that. I forgot the actual name of the book. He should have got that today. That was kind of like, I don't know. I just wanted him to have it because he genuinely wants to understand what I'm going through, and he genuinely wants to know why I am the way I am. And I love to write. I am a writer. I do write stories. I write poems. I write, but I can't cover the entire spectrum of what bipolar is. He can experience it through me, but I really wanted him to have an objective view of it, and I could only get that from another book. So I bought him that, bought this for me. So between, I forgot what I was saying. See, I have to be in some kind of mania because I'm like talking 30,000 words a minute, and I'm not even keeping track of what I'm saying. My bottom line is that I can only put my attention to so much. So the gym was helping somewhat with keeping me in check. Now I'm on the medication. I'm still seeing my counselor. I'm trying to focus as much as I can on me being healthy mentally, because if I'm not emotionally and mentally healthy, the rest of the stuff doesn't even matter. So, I mean, it matters, but it's not my main priority. So now that I'm kind of getting that underway, now I can start focusing more on the weight stuff, but there really isn't a whole lot to focus on. I just have to keep my calories in check. I have to make sure I'm getting my protein, my vitamins, my water. I always do really well with the protein and the water. Well, the protein and the vitamins. The water I'm working on, I do pretty well with that. And the calories I just have to keep in check, and that'll work itself out. Blah, blah, blah. And before I go, this video is almost way too long. Before I go, I think I am going to go to Atlantic City this year. I'm going to try. It's going to depend on how much I get back in my taxes. But if I'm able to go, I was looking into rental houses and rental condos by the Atlantic Ocean on the boardwalk, because if I get one of those and it's got 4 or 5 bedrooms and I get some of you to share this house with me and split the cost, it's about $80, $89 a night to be right on the ocean and the boardwalk, right downtown. And that's a hell of a lot cheaper than the hotels downtown. And it's a lot better and a better neighborhood than the suburb hotels, which is where I stayed at last year. We stayed at a suburban hotel at the Holiday Inn, and it was a nice hotel, but the area sucked. It was ghettofied, and I don't want to stay down there again. So if anybody is interested in maybe sharing a condo or a rental house with me, I'm going to start I sent out some inquiries to find out how much the security deposit would be and how much it would be per night. But it looks like that might be an option if I can get a group of us to go and share together. We'd all have our own rooms. It would just be sharing a house or condo. So let me know if you're interested. I may or may not do that. It's still up in the air. It depends on how many people respond and whether I even go or whatever. That's a lot of stuff. I'm tired of talking. Anyway, I will talk to you guys all soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good week. Bye.